Now let's get back to our top story, that terror attack in Moscow. With insights now coming from Brussels is Elijah Magnier. He's a veteran war correspondent and political analyst. Elijah, ISIS-K claiming responsibility. Talk to us about this group and the sophistication of this attack.
Well, first of all, it is far from being an ISIS attack because this is not the style of ISIS. First, they're not well trained in shooting and aiming and hitting the target. We've seen how clumsy they were. Secondly, indeed, they were a terrorist attack against the large number of civilians, because one of the main aim of terrorists is to create an impact where media can talk about them. However, they had a way out. So preparing the way out to go toward the borders with Ukraine and prepare all that, this is not an ISIS style. We have experienced ISIS for the last 20 years in Afghanistan when it was Al-Qaeda, in Iraq when it started with Al-Qaeda in Iraq and turned into Islamic State, and in Syria when it became Islamic State in the Levant, that is ISIS or ISIL. And normally the attackers, when they are of ISIS, they are well trained, they have explosive because they are suicidal. At the end, they don't have their identity with them, they don't have passport, they don't find a way out to return to the departure place, they don't incriminate the country, as in this case Ukraine. So obviously, there is a lot of indication and elements to put the finger toward Ukraine, which is fine for the country that was attacked, in this case Russia. However, I think the Russian intelligence services will dig much behind what is visible for the world, because I don't think the training at that scale, the preparation of the weapons in the place, the preparation of the van, and for them to just go in and out and have so many people as a team waiting for them to cross the border on the other side, all that is extremely suspicious.
It's interesting, Moscow, and indeed Russia itself, no stranger to terrorist attacks. There was, of course, the theater terrorist attack that happened in 2002. Of course, the Beslan school siege, that happened in 2004. We had a guest on last hour who was really questioning how they were able to get inside and carry out this attack, given the fact that after the attack in Moscow in 2002, that bags were searched, there was a lot of security in place, and he was kind of surprised that they were able to carry this out. What are your thoughts on that?
Normally, there is a lot of research on looking for soft targets. And the place that the attack took is a soft target where there are many civilians, to inflict a large number of civilian death, to create the confusion and the media required for this attack. Secondly, is to undermine the security of the country. So you really need someone who did a lot of recce and inspected the places before and made sure that this is a place where there is enough surveillance, few cameras, of course, but no security officers with weapons that they can counterattack or respond, that the response from the local security will take some time, but enough for the attackers to escape. And this is what happened. So these terrorist group needed just to arrive there with a van or with a key from different places, and then pick up their AK-47 off the van, and then start shooting, return, throw the weapons from out of the window on their way back to Ukraine. So all that is so badly organized, but is very well thought about the location and the timing and the moment where there are many civilians. So there is a kind of a both. First, a very good organization. Second, a very clumsy performance to really incriminate the country or the entity that should be incriminated, and to point all the fingers there. So we have a kind of a mixture of both, and we have a lot of professionalism and a lack of professionalism at the same time in the execution.
Elijah Magnier joining us from Brussels. Thanks so much for your insights.